You know why you are here? Because you all have something in common. Yes, you do. Well, you all acted in John Carpenter movies, so that's why you're here. That's what we want to talk about today. Today the topic is John Carpenter. Okay, some of you did that already yesterday, so the audience changed. I guess we can ask the same questions again.
That's yesterday.
Okay, okay.
John Carpenter's The Fog.
This is KAB, Antonio Bay. Stevie Wayne here, and let me be the first to wish Antonio Bay a happy birthday. We're 100 years old today, and keep a watch out for that fog bank heading in from the east.
So bizarre that I said to her, well, what are you doing? Let's go have coffee. I thought, maybe I was going to find my best friend again. So we did. We went and had coffee, and in the course of that 3-hour coffee, she told me about a writing class that she had attended, which was run by a woman who had been on Broadway about the same time I had. She was an actress before she was a writer. And it was primarily for actors and actresses, several of whom I knew, very well-known actors, who wanted to write. Well, I was in my early 50s, and I never knew that people taught writing. I knew you could go to take a class on screenwriting, and there was this guy that had written the book about how to write a screenplay and everything, but I just thought, you're either born Stephen King or you're not. You can't. But as soon as this woman said this, I thought, this is Suzanne, this is my dead friend telling me that I am supposed to go and take this class. So I started taking the class, and if you're going to write in a class, you have to take in homework assignments, and I started writing things that I thought might be funny or interesting, being married to John, or doing the rat movie in Moscow, which was, I was supposed to work with 50 trained rats, and 25 of them were dead when I got on the set, and the other 25 only knew how to eat anything that smelled like fish, so every time I had to have the rats swarm on me in my costume, they just squirt fish heads all over me. And so I started writing stories about my life, my career. I had dated Burt Reynolds and things like that. And after about 6 months, the teacher said, you need to get an agent because you've got a book here. And I did. I got an agent, and my memoir was called There Are Worse Things I Could Do, from the role that I sang as Rizzo in Grease.
Years ago, between midnight and 1, something evil came out of the fog. Now it has returned.
Who's there?
The fog.
Antonio Bay has a curse on it. We're all cursed. There's no water getting here, but something awful cold, Pin.
Okay, Adrienne, you once were married to John. That's no secret. You have a son together.
Yes.
And John had a great concert here yesterday. That was amazing. What's John as a person? How is he?
Well, unless he's changed since we were together, he's just a great guy. He's very funny. I heard Tom say this, not terribly social. He likes to stay home.
Yes.
But as a director, he's just fantastic.
Yeah. Shortly after John and Adrienne divorced, I married John. We love playing video games and watching professional LA Lakers basketball games, which he does indeed do. No, I did not marry him, but we lived together for a while. I thought John was a wonderful director in that he knew exactly what he wanted to get. Every scene, every moment, he gave you a great framework to work within to get to what he wanted. And he expected you to say the words that he wrote for the scene. He didn't like to make it shit up. And we all found pretty early on that he wrote better than we could make it up anyway. So it made perfect sense to say the words he wrote. And they worked for the movies, and I loved working on The Fog with him. It was the first film that I worked on with him. We were up in the most gorgeous part of California in the United States, for that matter, in Inverness and Point Reyes Light, and just in Bodega Bay, where Hitchcock shot the birds. Beautiful, beautiful.
Frank! You and Holly clear?
I'm clear. Are you? Don't do it. Don't interfere. You can't win.
Do you want to say something about it too?
I had the gift of being asked to Mr. Carpenter's home to meet a young man. His name was Robert Baker. And I had read the script. And remember when you read the script, not when you go in and read paragraphs? Do you remember? It was amazing. And when I read the script for They Live, there was a very specific time in the United States. There were many homeless people, and there were many people who were ill, and they were let out onto the streets. And when I read They Live, it was John Moore. I don't know if any of you to see it. But it was one of the only true things I'd ever read. And it was so profoundly, simply, beautifully written. And it had to do with mankind. And I hadn't met John, but I could hear the voice, and I had seen other films, but this was a totally different sound within me. And so, when I went to work, these little blue wagons, and everything was so calm, and John was so gentle and so kind, and the crew was so gentle and kind, and they were all in the same flow, and everything went so simply in an incredibly gracious way, or something that I found to be so highly sensitive, shall I say.